Hello, everybody. It's the Worm, and I'm back with Steins Gate. Last time we had ourselves a little tournament arc, a very condensed tournament arc, card tournament to be specific. And well, we've come out victoriously, so that's all well and good. Of course, the whole reason we got involved in this situation was because Okabe is deciding to believe Faris's obvious ploy to get her to win the tournament so that she could maybe remember what it was she changed with her D-mail. It really okay, I'm just gonna be frank here. The past couple episodes have probably been my least favorite moments in Steins Gate thus far, and I think there's a couple reasons for that. One reason in particular, I haven't felt the need to say this, but now that she's more in focus, I may as well just put it out there. With the character of Faris, I gotta say I'm not really a fan personally. Just the whole sort of cutesy persona she has, I don't particularly care for. It's it's weird, the thing is with Mayuri, Mayuri's kind of a cute character, and she even has her own little catchphrase with the tuturu and that sort of little thing. But I don't find that annoying or anything. And yet with Faris, that whole Catgirl maid persona, I just don't. It just doesn't. It doesn't sit well with me, and I'm not entirely sure I could give you a concrete reason. Another thing about Faris's character that I don't particularly like, and this is sort of within that persona that she has, it's kind of just her voice. You know, I'm sure you've probably heard this analogy before, but it's something like someone scraping a chalkboard. Her voice is just when I hear it, it's like someone scraping a chalkboard in my brain. It's just I find her the her very high pitched, excuse me, the very high pitched voice that she's putting on here. Just I find it very unpleasant. I don't like listening to it. And so, of course, now that we're in a section of the story that is concentrating on her, well, now I gotta listen to that voice a lot more. And this isn't the first time this has happened. There's been other visual novels I've listened to that will have one or two characters that sort of sound like that, and I just don't like it. So, now, of course, does this mean that Faris is a bad character? No. It's just, for me personally, I'm not a fan. That's it. And uh, it wasn't just Faris really. That the whole scenario we're in, where we're just well, the the reason we've started this whole little card tournament scenario, I found kind of just silly. And then the tournament thing itself, you know, I've seen things like this before, just the whole tournament things, and I'm sure this whole car tournament that we just witnessed, the Rynet thing, I'm sure that's kind of an homage to previous card tournament things or shows. I don't know, maybe something like Yu-Gi-Oh or who knows. But I could tell going into it. Okay, there are some bad. These are some bad dudes. They're gonna be cheating or something, and then our main character is gonna be, or Faris in this instant is gonna be able to pull out some, you know, smooth moves, and she's gonna win in the end. It's just this whole thing felt like kind of a distraction, I guess. And maybe it won't. Maybe Shido's gonna come back in the story, sometime far in the future, and he's gonna be really important, or maybe Rhynet is gonna be super important to the story somehow. I don't know, but it's just I I'm I'm not sure if you could tell, but just throughout last episode, I was just as I was reading it in my brain, I was thinking just please let's move on. Please can we just have this scene end, that sort of thing. So now of course, if you liked that whole episode and that arc's too big a word. It was just a couple episodes. But if you liked that scene and you like Ferris, that's great. That's perfectly fine. It's just for me and my let's play here, I just don't like it. So I'm hoping we're gonna finish up this section of the story and move on to some of the things I was more interested in, which is the sort of uh, the more stuff focused specifically on the time travel and all the drama that came from it. So, yeah. Sorry if last time I did worry a bit that if my if my displeasure with what I was reading came across to anyone, I hope it didn't take away from the experience at all, but yeah, I don't know. Oh well, let's move on. With the tournament over, I wait for Ferris outside the hall. I sent Daru home already. I'll have to tell Ferris about my Yuri soon, and I don't want him to hear it. Suddenly, Ferris runs up to me, paying no heed to the curious stares of the crowd. She's still in her maid clothes, and she's carrying 2 bouquets of flowers, which she received from her adoring fans. Congratulations on your victory, Ferris jumps at me before I can finish. She jumps into my arms, embracing me, and there's a warm feeling against my cheek. A kiss? Was that a kiss? Thanks for everything. Ferris smiles innocently, like her entire body is glowing with pure joy. No, I can't have you thanking me like this. I need something else from you. What's that? You mean a kiss isn't enough? So you want to go on a date? Aw, Kyoma, you're so greedy. But Ferris doesn't mind. Ferris puts on an impish smile. I'm glad those earplugs I gave you did the trick. So, get off. It's too hot. Speaking of, speaking of too hot, I don't know where you all are from, but at least in my neck of the woods, at time of recording, it's out, what was it? It was in the 90s today. It was so dang hot today. I think next week it should go down into the 70s, but this week it's just, if you had any plans to go outside, it's just put it off for a week. That's kind of the consensus at this point. I forcefully pry Ferris's body off me. Everyone is staring at us. I'm sorry for doubting you. It wouldn't have been such a close game if I just believed you to begin with. To be fair, Ferris, Okabe didn't really do himself any favors by the way he tried to convince you. Ferris bashfully paws at her head. I take that paw of hers and leave the scene. We get to the overpass and finally lose sight of all the tournament spectators.
フェイリス、これで俺の言うことに耳を傾けてくれるな。
Feyris, now you'll listen to what I have to say, right?
にゃ。
お前に渡したサングラスと耳栓は何も俺が考えたわけじゃない。
I brought you sunglasses and earplugs, but I didn't come up with the idea.
そうなのにゃ。じゃあ誰が。
Really? Then who?
お前自身だ。
You did. Feyris looks at me in confusion.
正確に言うと2時間後のお前だ。最初お前はバイラルアタッカーズに卑怯な手を使われて負けたんだ。
To be precise, the you 2 hours from now. The first time you lost to the viral attacker's underhanded tactics.
そこでお前は俺にタイムマシンを使って相手の妨害を阻止してくれと頼んできた。
And then you asked me to use my time machine to stop them.
タイムマシン。
Your time machine?
これはいわば契約だ。お前は本来忘れているはずの D メールを使って過去を改変したことについて思い出しそうになっていた。
This was a contract, so to speak. You almost remembered the D-mail you sent to change the past, even though you should have forgotten. You know what, now that I'm thinking about it, Okabe, when we get into scenarios like this in the future, you really have to do what you did with Kurisu. Remember what Kurisu did? Kurisu said, hey, if you need to convince me in the past, just mention that I want a fork. Well, mention that she wants her fork. Something like that. I wonder if we're ever going to get the story about that. Or if it's just something silly and inconsequential. But really, you should have asked Feyris for the same thing. What's something that will absolutely convince you that I know what I'm talking about? You know, something like that. Because, as we saw, we really got tripped up by that part this time.
ライネットの大会に勝てさえすればそれを思い出せるとそう言った。
You said that you'd remember if you won the Rhinet tournament.
にゃにゃ。
どうだ、思い出したか。思い出したと言ってくれ。これは俺にとって重要なことなのだ。
Well, do you remember? It's very important, so I need you to try. Feyris stares into my eyes as if she's looking for something. Then she puts a finger against her lips in thought. Finally, she smiles.
多分それはフェイリスの嘘じゃないかにゃ。
I mean, really, besides the very brief moment where she suggested she could be remembering, this was pretty dang obvious. Feyris was probably pulling your leg. Or excuse me, pulling your tail.
はあ？
What?
その時のフェイリスはバイラルに負けて落ち込んでたんじゃないかにゃ。だからタイムマシンの話を聞いたらそれを使ってでもなんとか勝ちたいと思うのにゃ。
That Feyris was depressed she lost to the virals. So, when she heard about the time machine, she wanted to use it to win.
でないとパパに合わせる顔がないからにゃ。
Because if she didn't, she'd be too ashamed to see Papa.
だからきっと思い出すとかなんとかは京馬に話を合わせただけのような気がするにゃ。きっとフェイリスならそうするにゃ。
I'm sure she just played along with Kyoma and said she remembered. That's what I think. That's probably what Feyris would do.
なんてことだ。
No way. Damn. I was a fool to trust this Catgirl. I should have expected this from how she normally acts. I breathe a deep sigh and lean on the overpass's guardrail. So in the end, all that work was for nothing. I still need to fix the warp's timeline, but I don't know the contents of Ferris's D-mail. Aris forgot it ever happened, and it isn't in her send history. What should I do? Wait, would it be... Would it be in her dad's... Her dad's... history? On his phone? Because the sending gets erased, but the arrival should still be around, right? That could be how we do this. Of course, didn't she send that D-mail back a long time? I want to say... I might be misremembering this, but I feel like she sent it back years ago. 10 years is what is in my brain, but that might not be right. Do you think her dad would keep an email from her for 10 years? That is, if I'm remembering that correctly. What should I do?
今日は
And suddenly, Feyris whispers into my ear.
フェイリスの目を見るにゃ。
Look into Feyris's eyes.
何
What?
いいから、目を見てにゃ。
Just look. Feyris's face is right beside mine. Her breath tickles my ear. We're awfully close. Does she plan to kiss me on the lips this time? But her expression is uncharacteristically serious, so I gulp and do as I'm told. I turn to Feyris and stare down into her eyes. Feyris looks up at me, too. If an outsider were to see us, they'd think we were a couple lost in our own world. It looks like we're on that couple's bridge from before, too. This is the closest I've ever been to Feyris. I'm captivated by the beauty of her features. Wow, her eyelashes are really long.
今日も緊張してるにゃ。
い
Nervous?
今は頭の中でフェルマーの最終定理を計算中だ。
Of course not. I'm busy solving Fermat's last theorem in my head. Probably mispronounced that. Fermat's last theorem. A mathematical theorem stating that for any integer greater than 2, no 3 integers x, y, and z exist, so that x to the nth power plus y to the nth power equals z to the nth power. The theorem went unsolved for nearly 360 years, but was finally proven in 1995. How about that? Well, I said how about that, but I don't understand just by looking at that. I'm not, you could probably tell at this point, but I'm not... I'd say I do adequately, but I probably do worse now, because I've been out of school for a while, for quite a while at this point. But even so, I've never been mathematically gifted. That's not to say I was bad. It's just I've only ever been adequate. That's it. So I have no idea. I don't know the history, and I don't really know the relevance or how complicated it could be.
つまり、緊張してるのにゃ。
In other words, you're nervous.
実はフェイリスは一つだけ魔法が使えるにゃ。
The truth is, Feyris only has one power.
魔法だとそれってまさか
Your power? Do you mean...
今日まにだけ特別に教えると、実はフェイリスは他人の心理を読み取ることができるのにゃ。
It's a secret, but I'll make an exception for you, Kyoma. Truth is, Feyris can read people's minds. Okay, my first instinct just now was just, well, I wasn't gonna say it, but in my mind it was something like, okay, BS. That's nonsense, Ferris. You're pulling my leg or my tail. But then I just realized something. Didn't Suzuha say that in the future there are things like espers and people with mental powers? Is that something I should be considering for now, too? Because I really just want to dismiss what she's saying. But I just realized, wait a second, maybe I can't dismiss what she's saying.
スタンド名はチェシャーブレイク。
Okay. Cheshire Cat. A fictional cat from Lewis Carroll's Alice in Wonderland. I call my power Cheshire Break.
どうにゃすごいにゃ
What you think? Awesome?
俺にだけ特別ってさっきバイラルにばらされていたではないか。
They did mention it. I'm an exception? But the virals knew about it too, didn't they?
まさか奴らにこの秘密を知られるとは思わなかったにゃ。
I had no idea the cat was out of the bag. I won't deny the existence of supernatural powers. After all, I have one of my own, called Reading Steiner.
ちっちゃい頃からパパの交渉相手の顔を盗み見るうちに相手が何を考えているのか読めるようになったのにゃ。
Ever since I was small, I could tell what Papa's business partners were thinking from the looks on their faces. Okay, that seems much less supernatural.
どっちかっていうと直感とか勘に近いにゃ。目の動きとか表情とか仕草で、あ、この人は今嘘を言ったってわかるにゃ。
Yeah, okay, this is seeming more like a skill than a power. More like an intuition or a sixth sense. Based on eye movements, facial expressions, and gestures, I can tell when someone's lying. Is that called, what's the thing that certain performers do? Is it cold reading? Something like that? That might be something completely different. But for some reason that phrase popped in my head.
もしかしてお前その能力をライネットの試合にも使っていたのか。
Wait, so you've been using that power at Rynet tournaments?
そうにゃ。フェイリスはエンターテイナーだにゃ。いつもわざとピンチになってそこから劇的大逆転勝利を決めるスタイルなのにゃ。
Of course. Ferris is an entertainer. It's my style to get into a tight spot on purpose, so I can make a huge turnaround.
それにサングラスをつけると相手の考えを読みにくくなるのにゃ。
Besides, if I wear sunglasses, I can't read my opponent's thoughts. Is that why she didn't put them on?
この力のおかげで今朝京馬が嘘をついていないことも分かったのにゃ。
It's because of this power that I knew you weren't lying.
最初はちっとも相手をしてくれなかったではないか。
Yeah, that's true. But you wouldn't go along with me at all in the beginning, though.
それは気が立ってただけにゃ。
You just rubbed my fur the wrong way. It feels like she's tricking me again.
で、今の京馬も嘘はついてないのにゃ。
And I can tell you're not lying either. And I can tell you're not lying now either.
フェイリスはその D メールっていうのを使って過去を変えたわけだにゃ。そのことは信じるにゃ。
Ferris used that D-mail thing to change the past. I believe you.
できれば京馬のためにフェイリスも思い出してあげたいけどごめんにゃ。
I wish I could remember, but I'm sorry.
思い出せないにゃ。
I can't remember.
そうか。
Did I can't remember myself. Did I have to go back and check? Did when we were getting Favors to send her D-mail, did she say who she was going to send it to? I've been assuming it was her dad, but I can't remember if she said. I know she wouldn't let us know the contents of the D-mail, but did she say who she sent it to? Because I feel like if we know who she sent it to, we should be able to check their email history. At least that's kind of the long shot lead I can think of at the moment. I see. We've reached an impasse. I have no choice but to look for some other way. Some other way, huh? Uh-oh, some tense music has started. I suddenly feel intense stares on us. I realize that we're surrounded by people. Are they jealous Favors fans who think I'm her boyfriend? I shudder at the thought, but I don't think that's the case. Then who are they? I'm gonna guess viral attackers. Moika's rounders?
Yeah.
I knew it. Hi, Shido. A man clad in black steps forward. Oh, it's the bald spot guy again. What does he want now? I realize that the men surrounding us are all dressed like Shido. So are all these guys viral attacker underlings? Shido's gaudy white teeth shine.
チャンピオンに言いたいことがある。ガイアが俺に物言いをつけろと囁くのさ。
I need a word with you, champion. Gaia whispered for me to register an objection.
物言い
An objection?
このメス猫がよ。さっきの相手の心を読めるって力。一体どんなイカサマを使ってやがるんだ。
You damn pussy. The power to read minds of your opponents? That's bullshit. I knew you were cheating.
イカ様などのはずがない。貴様らこそ姑息な真似をしていたではないか。
She wasn't cheating. You're the ones who were cheating.
フェイリスはあなたたちみたいな卑怯なことはしないにゃ。
Favors doesn't use underhanded tricks like you guys.
だとてめえ。この黒の貴公子である俺は伊達悪界の神に誓ってイカサマなんかしねえ。それ以外の方法はどうかわかんねえけどな。
The hell you say? I, the Black Nobleman, swear to the god of the elegant evil realm that I never cheat. Though sometimes I do other things.
いいか、汚れた白きシャム猫。俺は負けを認めねえ。最後のチェンジディレクトリだってイカ様だ。
Listen here, you corrupt white Siamese cat. I ain't gonna accept that defeat. That last change directory was a fraud.
証拠がないのに適当なことを。
You don't have any proof.
知らねえと思うから教えてやるぜ。この俺が黒といえば黒。それがライネットの真理なのさ。
Heh. You seem clueless, so I'll tell you. If I say it's black, it's black. That's the truth of Rhinet. These guys came here to make completely false accusations. It doesn't look like they'll take no for an answer. And they've surrounded us, so we can't escape.
ところでてめえの父親は秋葉原界隈じゃ知らねえ者はいないほどの男なんだってな。
By the way, your old man's some kind of big shot in Akihabara, right? Or isn't he?
で、ライネット AB グラちゃんはそのコネを使ってスタッフ全員がフェイリスを勝たせるように動いている。ライネッターの間じゃそういう噂もあるんだぜ。
I bet he pulled strings so they'd let you win. That's what all the hip Rhinetters are saying, you know?
大した悪党だな。てめえはちっとも伊達悪じゃねえ。白きシャム猫でもねえ。
You're such a scoundrel. You ain't got a bit of elegant evility. You ain't even a white Siamese cat.
泥水の中を這い回る肥太った豚さ。
You're a fat ass pig, crawling in the mud. The crowd grows louder. Beyond the wall of viral henchmen, there are some homebound Rhinet spectators watching from a distance. The virals start jeering loudly.
マジかよ。あまりにもうまくいきすぎだとはうすうす思っていたけど、つまりやらせ出来レースだったってことかよ。
Seriously? I thought it went too well, but you're telling me it was rigged?
最低だよな、あの猫女。
This Catgirl's the worst.
フェイリスってそういう人間だったんだな。汚い、実に汚い。
So that's the kind of person Feyris is. A filthy cheater.
というわけでよ、チャンピオン。いや、偽チャンピオンのフェイリス。
That's how it is, champion. No. Champion. Ooh, got her.
ここで土下座してくれよ。この黒き明星である俺、シドの前で額を地面にこすりつけて許しをこいな。
On your knees. Bow before me, the Black Lucifer, Shido. Rub your head on the ground and beg for mercy.
そして王座を返還しやがれ。そこまでしたらやらせ行為については明星に誓って許してやるよ。
And then forfeit your throne. Do all that, and I swear to Lucifer to forgive your deeds.
そうだそうだ、優勝を辞退しろ。
That's right. Turn down your victory.
てか、二度とライネットアクセスバトラーズに関わるな。
And never come back to Rhinet Access Battlers again.
ライネッターを引退しろ、ブス。
Quit Rhinet, you bitch. Jeers fly from the surrounding virals. None of the onlookers approach. I guess they don't want to get involved. What a farce. How long do we have to listen to this?
行くぞ、フェイリス。
Let's go, Feyris. I grab Feyris's wrist and force our way through the surrounding virals. As we run from the place, I look back and see...
待ちやがれ。
Hold it right there. Shido and his group are chasing after us. All we can do is run. Or we can take a call from Daru. I guess we'll take a call from Daru?
もしもし。
Hello?
僕だけど
It's me.
なんだ、今取り込み中だから。
What? I'm busy right now.
オカリンってまだ会場にいる？
You still at the hall?
いない。
No.
フェイリスさんは見てないよな。実は炎上中で。
You haven't seen Feyristown, have you? Actually, everything's on fire. Fire? That's not good.
炎上？何が？
On fire? What is?
フェイリスさんのブログとか、フェイリスさんのファンサイトとかが。
Her blogs and fan sites. Oh, you don't mean, I thought you meant the actual building. No, okay. Damn, the viral attackers must be flooding the net with false accusations. Those scumbags.
切るぞ。
I'm hanging up. I press the end call button and run even faster.
今日まだあいつら追ってくるにゃ。
Kyoma, those guys are still tailing us. Keep running. Just keep running. This is a... Is this a new background? I feel like I've not seen this background before. Maybe we have. While gasping for oxygen, I pull Feyris by the hand and run faster. We zigzag through the streets of Akiba until we loop back to UPX. Feyris' home is right next door. We should have gone there first. It feels kind of weird when we're running through this area, and at least in these backgrounds, it shows tons of people. Like, wouldn't we be able to call for help, or just... I mean, a guy and a girl are being chased by a bunch of, you know, crazy-looking hooligans. Surely some people would realize something was going on and, you know, do something. I don't know. Feels kind of weird. My lungs are on fire. My legs are aching.
今日もあれ見るにゃ。
Kilma, look. What? Davis tugs at my sleeve, stopping me. I look at where she's pointing, and there I see several unsavory-looking DQNs clad in black leather loitering near the entrance. The apartment building's entrance. Okay. Damn, they got here first. Where are all of Faris's fans? Doesn't she have a ton of fans? We need them here right now.
これじゃ中に入るのは無理そうにゃ。
We can't get in like this. I mean, what is going on here? Are they just going to assault us in broad daylight? What's the deal?
とにかく離れよ
Let's get out of here. We try to cut through Yodobashi and head toward Shoadori, but get caught en route.
いやがったぞ
There they are.
メーリングリストで情報を流せ
Text the location. Damn, how many of them are there? All we can do is turn back. We won't make any progress if we keep running like this. We need to find somewhere we can rest. The lab. We can manage something if we escape there. We need to get there somehow. But there are virals loitering around the lab. There's no way we can get past them. We end up seeking refuge in the ramen shop behind the lab. The ramen shop behind the lab. On another world line, this was May Queen plus Nyan squared. Feiris and Mayuri worked as maids.
どうしてこんなところで立ち止まるにゃ。早く逃げなきゃ。
Why are we stopping here? We need to run. May Queen's second floor now seems to be the storehouse for the ramen shop downstairs. Actually, that might be the perfect place to hide. I take Feiris' hands and run up the stairs. This is also a new background. In the empty room are piles of what seems to be bags of flour. Seem to be. Feiris and I hide behind one such pile. I just hope nobody saw us come in.
とにかくここで奴らが諦めるのを待とう
Let's wait here until those assholes give up. I take out my phone and open the compose mail screen. I send Daru an SOS. Feiris and I are hiding above Ramen Tasaburo. It's mostly empty with some sacks of wheat flour. Nothing that looks useful as a weapon, and nothing big enough to hide behind. The viral attackers are chasing us, and I don't think they can be reasoned with. Normally I had no trouble taking all of them on, but I can't use my full strength with Feiris nearby. Call us a taxi pronto. I send the email. It's hot as hell in here. The running has made me thirsty.
ここにメイクインがあれば冷房も効いていて飲み物も出してもらえるのにな
If this were May Queen, we'd have air conditioning, and I could get something to drink.
にゃ。
ああいや
Oh, nothing. I just said the first thing that came to mind. But Paris looks at me strangely.
なんで京馬はここに開く予定だったメイド喫茶の名前を知ってるにゃ？
How do you know the name of the maid cafe that was supposed to open here? Huh?
でもそっか、ホームページに少しの間だけオープン告知とメイドさん募集要項を載せたことあったにゃ。京馬、それを見たのかにゃ？
Oh, I know. We opened up the homepage for a little bit to post maid recruiting information. Did you see it?
開く予定だったのか。
It was supposed to open.
フェイリスが企画して会議にも通してほとんど決まりかけてた話なのにゃ。
Paris organized the cafe's plans and passed it through the conference. It was almost a done deal.
でも最終的にパパにダメって言われて企画がなくなっちゃったにゃ。
But at the last moment, Papa put his paw down and the plan died. Yes. Yes, indeed. Yes, yes. That is, There's some evidence right there.
はあ、パパもとんだわからずやだにゃ。
Papa's such a blockhead.
フェイリスに店を任せてくれてれば、はにゃーんなコスチュームとキュンキューンなメイドさんたちを集めて日本一のメイド喫茶になってたのにゃ。
If he left the store to me, it would have been the best maid cafe in all of Japan with, costumes and, tastic maids.
中野や池袋のお客さんを秋葉に引っ張ってこられたのに、惜しいことをしたのにゃ。
It would have pulled customers to Akiba from all the way over in Nakano and Ikebukuro. It's such a waste. The Akihabara I know catered to fans of games, anime, and moe culture. The current Akihabara is still the electric town of old. This used to be the maid cafe, Mei Queen plus Nyan Squared. But now it's a ramen shop. If I remember correctly, Paris wasn't this attached to Rynet Axis battlers on the previous world line.
フェイリス。いや、秋葉ルミホ。
Paris. No. Akiha Rumiho.
はにゃ。
お前は秋葉の後継ぎ娘で、秋葉原の都市開発計画の会議なんかにも出ているんだよな。
You're the Akiha daughter and heir, so you go to the Akihabara city development conferences too, right?
にゃ、出てないにゃ。
I don't attend.
出てない。だって前にそう言って。
You don't? But didn't you say that... Did she say that before the world line changed?
会議にはパパが出てるにゃ。なのになんでフェイリスが出なきゃいけないのにゃ。
Papa's the one who goes to the conferences. Why would Ferris have to go? What if Papa was out of the picture?
逆に、なんでお前は会議に出ていたんだ？
Then, why did you go to the conferences?
だから出てないって言ってるにゃ。
Like I said, I don't. That's right. It makes no sense for a high school girl to participate in development conferences, much less be the mastermind behind the moeification of Akiba. Moe shops began to spring up around 2002, didn't they? Back then, Ferris was still 9 years old. Could this be a clue to the contents of Ferris's D-mail?
フェイリスのパパさんはレトロ PC の愛好家なんだよな。
Your dad's into retro PCs, right?
その通りにゃ。あ、そういえばまだ IBN5100 は見つけてないにゃ。
Yeah. By the way, we still haven't found an IBM 5100, yeah. Oh crap, I said it.
ちなみに、パパさんがレトロ PC を手放すようなことってあるのか？
Has your dad ever sold any or given one away? On another world line, Ferris's dad donated the IBM 5100 to Yanabayashi Shrine. Yeah, we did hear something of that, didn't we? Or was it Ferris who did that?
それはないにゃ。パパは自分が集めた PC はすべて愛してるにゃ。それを手放すなんてとんでもないのにゃ。
Never. Papa loves all the PCs he's collected. He'd never get rid of one. Then why did he donate the IBM 5100?
フェイリスは レトロ PC は持っていないのか？
Do you have any retro PCs, Ferris?
パパの趣味はさっぱりにゃ。フェイリスはコスプレとかアニメとか可愛いものが好きなのにゃ。
I don't get Papa's hobby at all. Ferris likes cosplay and anime and cute things. The reason the Moe shops disappeared was because Ferris didn't participate in the city development conferences. I guess that's what the D-mail was about.
もし仮にお前が都市開発計画に子供の頃からずっと参加していたとして、
Well, let's say you participated in city development ever since you were a child.
そうしたら秋葉の町に萌えショップをたくさん誘致しようと思ってるにゃ。コミマを見ればわかる通りオタクパワーはすごいのにゃ。
I'd put Moe shops all over Akiba. Just visit Komima and you'll see the wonder of otaku power.
きっと秋葉は今以上に人がたくさん訪れるはずにゃ。
I'm sure more people would visit Akiba then.
それはいいとして、都市開発計画にずっと参加していたお前がもしもう参加したくないと思ったとして、
That aside, if you no longer wanted to participate after participating for all that time,
それを過去の自分にどうやってやめさせると思う？
how would you stop yourself in the past?
それは何の心理テストにゃ？
Is this some sort of psychological test?
単なる例え話だ。
It's just a hypothetical question. Varys ponders this for a while.
劇的なのがいいにゃ。
A dramatic way would be perfect.
何？
What?
ドラマみたいな展開にゃ。フェイリスはそういうのは結構信じちゃうタイプにゃ。これはきっとパパからの遺伝だと思うにゃ。
Like you see on TV. Varys is weak to drama. I probably got that from Papa. Really?
だから例えばフェイリスが誘拐されるとか。
For example, if Varys got kidnapped or... Suddenly Varys falls silent. It's a dark room. I can't read her expression.
誘拐？
Kidnapped?
フェイリス？
What's wrong? Varys suddenly clutches her head.
頭痛いにゃ。
My head hurts.
ねえ今日フェイリスはこの倉庫に来てから変な気分なのにゃ。小さい頃に一度来たことあるだけなのに。
Hikyoma, Varys has been feeling funny since coming to this storehouse. Even though I only came here once before. Back when I was a little kitten.
すごく見慣れてる景色に思えてくるにゃ。
It feels really nostalgic.
ここいつも歩き回ってたような感覚があるにゃ。
Like I've been here many times. What does this mean? Is she messing with me again? No. This feels too real. Her face lights up. And then she grabs my arm.
思い出したにゃ。
I remember.
何を？
Remember what?
思い出したにゃ。
I remember. The force of her declaration stifles my response.
メイクインにゃんにゃ。
May Queen plus Neon squared.
京馬もダルニャンは常連さんだったにゃ。それにマユシーは一緒に働いてたにゃ。
Kyoma and Daru were regular customers, and Mayushi worked here too.
本当に思い出したのか？
Really? You really remember that? Varys nods.
京馬たちがお店でタイムマシンのお話ししてたことも IBN5100 を探す交換条件としてタイムマシンを使いたいってお願いしたことも。
And how Kyoma and Daru talked about the time machine at the store and how I was asked to use it in return for helping find an IBN 5100.
あとは時間を川の流れに例えるのおかしいって京馬とダルニャンを論破したこととか。
And how later I convinced Kyoma and Daru that it was weird to compare time to a river.
ラボメンになるために血の盟約を結んだこととか。
And how I took the blood oath to become a lab mem. I'd almost forgotten about those things myself.
D メールは？ D メールの内容は思い出したのか？
And the D-mail, do you remember the D-mail you sent? Ferris lets out a sigh. Her smile suddenly disappears. Don't tell me that's all she remembers. Or was she tricking me again?
思い出したけど、これは取り消さなきゃいけないって京馬言ったかにゃ。
I remember, but you said you have to cancel it.
そうだ。フェイリスの D メールによって改変された過去を元に戻してやらないと。
Yes, I need to undo the changes made to the past by your D-mail.
ダメにゃ。
You can't. Feyre shakes her head violently and presses her body against me again. We're alone in the dim storehouse. I can feel her hot breath against my cheek. There's no one here to see us. We're safe. I feel myself getting excited by her proximity. No, I need to keep my cool.
元に戻すなんてできないにゃ。
You can't undo it.
聞いてくれ、フェイリス。これにはマユリの命がかかってるんだ。
Please listen, Feyris. My Yuri's life depends on it.
マユシーの
Mayushi's?
世界線のズレを元に戻して俺が IBN5100 を手に入れないとマユリが死ぬ。
If we don't return to the world line to normal, if I don't get that IBN 5100, then my Yuri will die.
バカみたいに聞こえるかもしれないけどそれが事実なんだ。
I know it sounds ridiculous, but it's the truth.
だから頼む。以前送った D メールを取り消すためにもう一度 D メールを。
So please, I need to send another D-mail and cancel the one you...
フェイリスが D メールで叶えた願いは
The wish Feyris made with her D-mail. Feyris cuts in as if to silence me. Her eyes are wet, reflecting the dim light.
フェイリスが叶えたのは
The wish Feyris made
10年前に死んだパパを生き返らせることにゃ。
was to save Papa who died 10 years ago. What?
もっと簡単に言うと、パパが死んだ過去を死なないように変えたのにゃ。
I exchanged the past where Papa died for a past where he didn't die. You mean that kind-looking man, her father, died 10 years ago? That's consistent with everything now that I think about it. Feyris really has remembered her D-mail. Now that I know the result, all I have to do is send a cancellation D-mail. But it's not so simple. I need to cancel the D-mail that prevented her father's death 10 years ago. Isn't that the same as killing him again? I hear the door open and quickly cover Feyris's mouth with my hand.
本当にこんなところにフェイリスが隠れてるのか？
Feyris really hiding here?
それらしい二人組が入ってくのが見えたんだよ。
Someone saw two people who look like them go inside. Crap. Someone saw us. We need to do something. If they call their friends, we're done for. Whoopsie. Quickly, quickly.
どこだ？
Ah, crap.
やっぱここにいたな、フェイリス。
So you were here, Feyris.
もしもし。
岡部、聞こえる？タクシーは呼んだけど、もうちょっとだけ時間がかかる。
Okabe, can you hear me? We called a taxi, but it'll take some time to get there. Grisu,
追っ手にバレた。目の前にいる。
you exposed us to the pursuers. They're right in front of us.
おい、出てこい！
Hey, come out.
隠れても無駄だぞ、俺！
There's no point in hiding.
それなら脱出方法をレクチャーする。場所はさっきのところから移動してないんだよな。
I see. Then I'll lecture you on how to escape. You're in the same place you were before, right? The men are approaching our hiding spot, but because the room is dark, it seems they can't tell where we are. I listen carefully to Grisu's voice.
その部屋にある小麦粉をばらまいて脱出しろ。OK？
Scatter the floor and make a break for it, okay? Scatter the flour?
あとは照明をスイッチオン。
Then switch on the light. Now I get it.
了解した。オーバー。
Roger, over and out. Then I see the light reflect off of something. One of the men has a butterfly knife. He opens the blade with a flourish. Okay, not just assault, just straight up murder is on the table, I guess. I quickly rip open a nearby wheat flour sack and toss its contents into the air. The scattered white powder shines in the sunlight through the window.
うわなんだこれ
What the hell?
なんも見えね
Can't see. Slipping past the disoriented men, I carry Ferris toward the exit. Right next to the exit, I see the light switch. I push Ferris out first, then flip the switch right before shutting the door. Right as we get out, a sound like firecrackers resounds from the other side of the door. A dust explosion. I've seen this same trick used by guys like McDiver and Master Cheatin. Master Cheatin, fictional popular manga that ran from 1988 to 1994, follows the activities of the titular protagonist, who's an archaeologist, a survival instructor, and an insurance investigator. Of course. McDiver. That should distract them long enough for us to escape. Ferris coughs, shaking wheat flour off of her clothes and hair. But there's no time to spare. The taxi still isn't here. But it's not like we can wait for it. We need to leave her now. Leave here now. However,
そうはいかねえぞ
you're not getting away.
取り囲んじまえ
Get them! Crap. We were headed for the lab, but got ambushed. Okay, seriously, can just... No, never mind. Soon, Ferris and I are surrounded by men with the fires of hatred burning in their eyes.
いやもう逃げられないぜ
Yo, we got you now. The crowd parts down the middle and Shido steps forward wearing a hat. You know, I'll just say this now. At the end of all my playthroughs thus far, I usually do a kind of character tier list. I can tell you right now, as of right now, that Shido is probably going straight into F tier immediately. The crowd parts down the middle and Shido steps forward wearing a hat.
一つ教えてやるてめえらは俺のヤバすぎる黒のオーラの前から逃れられね
I'll tell you one thing, you can't escape my totally bad black aura. I shield Ferris with my body. Shido cracks his knuckles and smiles.
え俺はいつだって体制に逆らってきた今回も俺のダテワルストーリーは完全勝利で終わるのさ
I always fight the system. And once again, my elegant evil story ends in perfect victory.
よせこの俺に手を出すな
Seriously, is the plan just have her surrender, and if she doesn't, murder her? What in the world is going on here? Stop, don't you lay a finger on me. The only thing I can do to stop faltering is to go into Hoin Kyoma mode.
このままだと俺の右腕が暴走を
If you take another step, the power in my right arm will break free.
シーンの最前線に立つのは常に一人その一人とは黒い羽を羽ばたかせたクジャク
Always at the front line of the scene that stands one man. That one man is the peacock, flapping its black wings.
沈まれ俺の右腕ダメだ封印が解かれてしまうお前たち早く逃げろでないと本当に命を落とすぞ
Calm down, right arm of mine. No, the seal is coming undone. Run away, all of you. Your lives are in jeopardy.
クレイジーな舞でてめえをエレガントに沈めてやるぜ漆黒に選ばれるのはこの俺だ
I'll elegantly floor you with my crazy dance. The one chosen by the jet black wings is none other than I.
ダメだ右手が右手がやめてくれ俺はもう殺したくないんだ
No, my right hand. My right hand. Please stop. I don't want to kill anymore.
こいつ一体何なんだ
Hey, what the hell is he doing? Something strikes the top of my head. One of the vials threw a can at me.
シード騙されんな。そいつは典型的な中二病なだけだ。
What, and this guy isn't? Don't let him trick you, he's just a textbook Chunibyo case.
いやお前らが言うな
Yeah, like you guys can talk.
構わねえから叩っちまうぜ。
Whatever, just kick his ass.
そこまで言うなら覚悟しろ俺は右腕の封印を
Very well. Then prepare yourselves. Releasing restriction sit. Before I can finish, Shido kicks me in the solar plexus. He grabs the top of my head and knees me repeatedly. Finally, he lets go of my hair. I start coughing as soon as I hit the ground. Next, Shido lays into me with heavy kicks to the head and the body. I raise my arms to protect my face.
言ったろ俺に触れるなってな冷たすぎる氷はやけどを
Yeah, I told you, man. The coldest ice burns.
だからそれはやけどではなく凍傷だバカが
That's frostbite, you idiot.
こんな
Why, you? He starts stomping on me with his booted heels. All I can feel is pain. I abandon all thought and wait for the storm to pass. Stop it. Don't hurt Kyoma anymore.
うるせえ指図するなよ俺に指図できるのはガイアのささやきだけだぜ
Don't tell me what to do. I only listen to the whispers of Gaia. Shido grabs my thumb in both hands, then he starts to twist. Stop it. Someone help. I hear a sound. A car's exhaust. The honking of a horn. A limousine barrels into the alleyway at terrific speed. Everyone screams and scatters to avoid it. The smell of burnt rubber. Tire tracks on the asphalt. The limousine stops in front of my fallen body. Back door opens.
乗りなさい。
Get inside. But I can't even stand up. There's no strength in my body left. My vision's blurry too. Slender arms wrap around my body, pulling me toward the car. The soft scent of citrus tickles my nose. Hang in there, Kyoma. I let her help me into the limousine.
くそ待て
Wait, you're not getting away. The door shuts, cutting off his shouting. Okay, now we call the police and have that man arrested for assault, right? That's how this works? Because we know exactly who that guy is, and they would be able to have his information, and we were in a crowded alleyway, and there'd be plenty of witnesses, right? That's how this is gonna go? The car speeds off like a bullet. Oh boy, it just, scene just keeps going. Okay. There's a softness under my head. Inside the limousine, my head is resting on Ferris's lap. Every inch of my body feels like it's on fire. And at the same time, there's a terrible chill in my bones. I can barely hear, my ears are ringing. The urge to vomit has receded at least. They really messed me up. According to Fayrus's dad, he was racing to UPX to congratulate Fayrus when he saw us. A fortunate coincidence indeed. Is this also the choice of Steingate?
君にはお礼を言わねばならないね、岡部君。娘を守ってくれてありがとう。
I really need to thank you, Okabe-kun. Thank you for protecting my daughter.
守るだなんて。そんな。
Protecting? I'm no hero. If I had the strength, I would prostrate myself right now before this man.
何もできませんでしたよ。俺は。全く情けないです。
I wasn't able to do anything against those guys. I was pathetic.
とんでもない。君は娘の命の恩人だよ。
Absolutely not. You saved my daughter's life. He shakes my hand firmly in gratitude.
パパったら大事なお仕事があるんだから無理しなくていいって言ったのににゃ。
Oh, Papa. I told you, or I thought I told you to not push yourself, since you've got important work to do. You should listen to me. Fayrus looks happy as she says that. However, I recall what Fayrus told me in the ramen shop.
フェイリスが叶えたのは
The wish Fayrus made
10年前に死んだパパを生き返らせることにゃ。
was to save Papa, who died 10 years ago. If that's true, then to return to the original world line, I have to erase her father. To kill him, essentially.
私はルミホとの約束は何があっても守るよ。
I always keep my promises to you, Rumiho.
昔、そう決めたんだからね。
I made that decision long ago.
パパありがとにゃ。
The limousine soon reaches Ferris's home.
ほう、IBN5100 か。
Can we stop here? I need to stop here, actually. I need to get up very early, and so we're gonna call it here. We're just gonna stop. Okay, the beginning of the episode and the end of the episode, I didn't really care for, but the middle of the episode, now that was crazy. And I was waiting for a moment to talk about it, but it just didn't happen. So, when we pick up next time, we're going to talk about Fayrus, that scene with Fayrus in the store, the shop formerly known as May Queen plus Neon Squared. Because my goodness, I don't know what the implications of that are, but surely there are implications. I mean, I'll just say it. It looks like someone other than us has reading Steiner, and that's pretty crazy to me, because that really felt like something that was going to be exclusive to us, or rather, to Okabe. So, we're going to talk about that next time, because, wow, I was not expecting that. But yeah, all the rest of the stuff, the stuff with Shido running around, being chased, I don't care about any of that. I hope that's done and over with. Okay, and as I said at the beginning of the episode, I'm glad to get back to time travel drama, which, you know, of course they're gonna make Fayrus's dad look really good and all sympathetic, so that it's gonna be much harder to kill him. Of course, that was the only way this was gonna go. So, but that's the kind of drama I would prefer that to whatever's going on with Shido. That's it. Okay, sorry for rambling. I've been the Warm. This has been Steins Gate. I hope you're all doing all right, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.